We should see this as a 6-month problem that we have to deal with collectively.
Cases are increasing. Hospitalisations are following. Deaths, unfortunately, will follow that.
So we have, in a bad sense, literally turned a corner, although only relatively recently.
No politician between them. This was the science only, laying the groundwork for a long haul. This graph showed COVID cases are now doubling every 7 days. If that curve isn't flattened, by mid-October, 50,000 could be infected daily.
50,000 cases per day would be expected to lead a month later, so the middle of November, say, to 200 plus deaths per day. And of course, the challenge, therefore, is to make sure that the doubling time does not stay at 7 days. There are already things in place which are expected to slow that, and to make sure that we do not enter into this exponential growth and end up with the problems that you would predict as a result of that. That requires speed, it requires action, and it requires enough in order to be able to bring that down.
The second worrying graph, the number of people with COVID admitted to hospital in England since the start of September, also doubling every 7 days. And although the north of England remains of greatest concern, the virus is now on the march right across the UK.
Anywhere which was falling is now moving over to beginning to rise, and then the rate of rise continues in an upward direction. So this is not someone else's problem, this is all of our problem.
So what to do now the country has reopened? No word from the scientists on that today, only an acknowledgement of how tough that decision will be.
Ministers making decisions and all of society have to walk this very difficult balance. If we do too little, this virus will go out of control and we will get significant numbers of increased direct and indirect deaths. But if we go too far the other way, then we can cause damage to the economy, which can feed through to unemployment, to poverty, to deprivation, all of which have long-term health effects. So we need always to keep these two sides in mind.
6 months since life came to a standstill, the government's top scientific advisors have braced us all for the next phase of the battle to contain coronavirus. Catherine Jones, 5 News.